in class B, the reserved IP is APIPA. Okay, so APIPA means automatic private IP address. Okay, so this means in the absence of DHCP server, system itself assigns the IP address from this range. So that's what we call as the automatic private IP address, and this is 169.254.x.y. Okay, so here where x is 0 to 255 and y is 0 to 255. Okay, y is 0 to 255. 255. Okay, so that is, and this means in the absence of DHCP server, system itself assign dynamic IP address from this range, and it is non-routable. Non-routable means router will not allow the packets which are holding this address. Okay, so that is a non-routable. Whenever I typing but I tell something, so you think that that point is important in your book or in your whatever the notes software soft copy you are maintaining, so you can note down in your notepad or something. Okay, so that you can do. So that is a non-routable. Is that clear? So I'll
Yes, sir.
make this as a save as. Okay, so then class C already are done, no? So we'll do that class C again. Class C is network host, and in the first octet, the what is this? In the class C, the first octet binary 110 is reserved. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Means reserved bits are 3. Yes,
Sir.
110. Is the number of network bits you can change in the first octet. How many? How many bits you can change?
5, sir.
5. Okay, 5. Because 3 bits are reserved. The number of network bits you can change in the second octet.
8, sir.
8. You can change in the third octet.
8, sir.
8. Yes. Third octet. 8. The total number of network bits equal to 6 plus 5 plus 8 plus 8. Yes. So how much you'll get? 21.
21,
Yes.
sir.
The total number of networks equal to the 2 to the power of 21. The what is the value you'll get?
20,000. Sorry, 20 lakhs 97,152.
2 lakh. Yeah. 20. Can we copy this?
97,152.
Yes, this is the value. Yes, and all are valid.
Hmm.
All are valid here.
Sir.
Only in the class A you have to do -2 because of 0 and loop back IP address. Okay, others are valid only. You can assign. And in class B, so this I have to write as a class C. Okay. So please check. You also read if I have made any mistake because I'm copy and pasting. So maybe
Yes.
I cannot means I forget to change that B and class A or something else. So please make me correct if I made mistake. Okay. So class B is fine. No, class A. Yeah, yeah, fine. Okay, so this is about the last one is completed. Now we'll go with the host per network ID. Host per network ID. Okay. So shall I type in the same document or we'll go open a new document? Same document. Shall we go with the same document? So that will help you. Okay. So now we'll go with the number of hosts per network. Okay. So here, according to this, the given host per network IDs for class is 224 to 2 to the power of 24 minus 2 they have made written because number of host bits. Okay, so because number of host bits. So that we will see now. So for again class A, okay, so I'll write address format is network host. Yes. Then the total number of host bits. The total, how many host bits are there?
Sir.
Host bits. How many?
Three, sir. Three, sir.
Host bits. I am not asking octets. This you call as
Yes,
octet.
sir.
Each octet has a 8
24,
bits. Huh?
24, 24,
24. Yes. So that
2
is
power
mean total
24,
number of host bits equal to second
2 power
octet
third
plus
octet
third octet
plus fourth octet.
plus fourth octet because that is the host ID. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So number of host bits equal to 8
8 plus
plus
8
8,
plus 8.
equal to 24. Yes. Now the total number of hosts per network, okay, equal to 2 to the power of 24 we have to do. Okay, so 2 to the power of 24. How much will get 2 to the power of 24?
Um,
2
1
to the
crore
power
67 lakhs 77,216.
of, this is the value. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
For this. Now here I have not written a valid, I have just written total number of hosts per network. So now I want to write the total number of
Valid
valid hosts. Yes, valid
host per
hosts
network.
per network. Okay, equal to this minus 2 I will make.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here I will make 4. This is 4, 214. Why it is minus 2?
Because we can't assign 0 and 255.
Yes, so means so if 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 this is important, if all the host bits in host id equals to 0,
Hmm.
then given host id is invalid and ip also invalid ip. Okay. Yes, understood. All the
Yes,
host bits means here also all 8 bits 0, all 8 bits 0, all 8 bits 0 because this is our host ID. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
First octet is a network ID and a first octet. It is network ID here, network ID, and the second octet plus third octet plus fourth octet is our host ID. Yes, host ID. Yes, it's correct.
Yes, sir.
So this all these three together consider as a host ID, and this one you consider as a network ID. Okay. So
Okay.
based on that we calculated the total number of host bits. So here 8, here 8, here 8. So total 24. To the power of 24, you get total number of hosts per network. Means if any ID starting with the network ID 1, 1.0.0.1, 1.0.0.2, like this. If you write all those things up to 126, you can, means sorry, for 1.255.255.255. So these many host IDs you will get. That's the meaning of this.
Oh,
Okay.
sir.
So that is the meaning of this. So and here -2 you have made because all the host bits are 0, and that is 0 dot, means you can say here 1.0.0. It's not good. I'll write here down. So that is, if all the host bits in the host ID are equal to 0, then given host ID is invalid, and also invalid IP. Okay, that means 1.0.0.0 or 2.0.0.0 or 1, like this. If go anything like till, okay, so 126.0.0.0, all are invalid IP because the network ID is valid but the host ID is invalid, so the given IP is invalid. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, network ID is valid but host ID is invalid, so IP is invalid IP. Yes,
Yes,
is
sir.
that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
that is 127, no, sir?
Which one?
This 126.0.0.
No, no, 127 is loop back. No, we cannot use. No, the 1 to
Oh,
126 is a valid. Yes or
fine.
no?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Is
Oh,
that clear?
yes, sir. Clear,
Sir.
clear.
See there, we have done 1 to 126 valid. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So every day you practice to go through this content for at least 1 week, then you'll remember all.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
So and repeatedly you practice. So
Okay,
that
sir.
is the reason -2, that is if all the host bits in the host ID equal to 0, then given host ID is invalid, and IP and the given IP also invalid IP. Okay, so this is the reason, because all host bits, this is it applies for this sentence if all the host bits in the host ID is equal to 0. Yes,
Hmm.
this is a host ID and
Hmm.
all the host bits in the host ID are equal to 0. Yes,
Yes,
so
sir.
the host ID is invalid. Yes or no?
Hmm.
Sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
then I can say this is IP. Each IP has a two parts. One is network ID, another one is host ID. So the network ID is valid network ID, but host ID is not valid. It is invalid. So system will not accept. You can check here.
Yes, sir.
Packet tracer, you go there. Packet tracer. Okay, and here switch PC. Okay, just for connection, just I can take only one PC and test right now. Straight through, fast Ethernet, switch, fast Ethernet, fast Ethernet, fast Ethernet 2. Okay. Now if you go here, desktop IP configuration static, you assign 1 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0 and check invalid IP for this subnet mask entered, because the network ID is valid but the host ID is invalid, so it is not accepting.
Yes, sir.
The host ID is invalid because all the bits in the host IDs are equal to 0. Okay, so that I cannot assign. Okay, that's the reason we have done -2 here. Okay, so that means right here 0.0.0 of 255.255.255. Because of these two host IDs, we cannot assign the IP address. Okay, so now if I make here one more sentence, if all the host bits host ID equals to 1, then given host ID is broadcast ID. So the IP is broadcast IP for one network. Okay, so that means if I write here 1 dot 255 dot 255 dot 255, 2 dot 255 dot 255 dot 255, like this, if I write up to 126 dot 255 all network IDs, if I use this one, it is a broadcast for each network. That's the reason I've given IP is broadcast. So the IP is broadcast IP for given network. This is a given network. One is a network ID, two is network ID, 3, 4 up to 126. All these network, each network ID in a class A. If I make all the host bits in the host ID equal to 1, then it becomes a broadcast IP address. It is a broadcast IP for the given network 1. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Sir,
So
but
now,
fourth op you have given 255 now, sir.
yes, all know what is this sentence tells.
If all the host bits in the his ID is equal to 1, then given ID is broadcast ID. Fine, sir.
Host bits in the host ID. And what is our host ID? What is our host ID?
Second, third, fourth octet.
Yes, you are making all bits 1 1 here. 1, if you make all 8 bits 1 here, what value will get?
Okay, 1, sir.
Huh?
255.
Yes, here
Yes, sir.
255, here 255. That's what. If all the
Uh,
host bits in the host ID, means this is our host ID, and we are making all host bits 1 1 in each octet.
okay.
So we'll get the value 255, 255. So this is we call as a broadcast IP, and we cannot assign this IP also. That's the reason we have done -2 when we calculate the valid host per network. So
Okay.
if you check here, you go here now, IP configuration 1.255.255.255. It's not accepting. You cannot assign the broadcast IP for the system.
Okay.
Okay, okay, so that's the reason you can up to 1 dot, you can assign this 1.255.255.254, it will accept,
Yes,
because
sir.
one
This
bit
what
is
I
0
asked.
here, one bit
Yes.
is 0. Yes, yeah,
This what I asked, sir. Now.
okay, so it will accept.
Fine, sir.
Okay, so if all the host bits, this applicable for all the classes, even if you do the subnetting later, so this sentence is applicable for those sub networks also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in subnets, so some have 6 host bits, some have 15 host bits, 12 host bits, like that. So then, so how will do that? So the same procedure, the same rule you have to apply for that to get the valid network ID, valid host ID for that given sub network also. Is that clear or any doubts, Viresh?
No, sir.
Have you understood or not?
Sir, understood.
Okay, okay. See, it's very simple. Class A address format you already know. Network, host, host, host. Now what we are doing, number of hosts per network means for each network ID how many hosts I can connect. Okay, so that is the meaning of this total number of hosts. You can go with the 1.0.0.1 valid 1 dot. Now if I say here valid IDs. Okay, so IDs, host IDs, valid host IDs for network 1. Suppose 1 I consider 1.0.0.1, 1.0.0.2. If I write like this, then 1.0.0.255. Then I'll change 1.0.1.0 like this. If I change this one 1.0.255.255, then 1.1.0.0, it will go like this. Then 1 dot last 255.255.254 valid. Understood? So if you calculate all these 0.0.1, 0.0.2, 0.3 up to 255, then it will start with 1.0, 1.255, then 2.0, it's 255, then here 1.0. If you calculate all these IP addresses, you will get this many host IDs. That is a meaning of this. Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Yes.
sir.
Is that clear? Hello.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Okay. So now, so class A is done. The same thing we have to go with the class B. Okay. So class B. Same. We'll take copy this entire thing. Class B. Address format for class B is
Network
Network, network, host, host.
host host. The first octet
is
plus,
letter ID plus second octet.
yes,
Yes, sir.
and the host ID is third octet plus fourth octet. Yes, the total number of host bits is third octet and fourth octet. Yes, the total number of host bits equal to 8 plus 8, 16. Yes, am I right?
Sir.
The total number of hosts per network equal to 2 to the power of 6.
16.
16.
And what value you get? To the power of 16, 65,536. Yes,
Yes, sir.
the
Yes, sir.
total number of valid hosts per network equal to same. So here 65,536 minus 2. In this I have to do like this. 0. Yes or no? Only 2 octets.
Yes, sir. Correct.
So here it will be 65,530.
Before.
4.
534.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yeah. The if all the host bits in the host ID equal to 0, then the given host ID is invalid and the given IP also invalid IP. So here, if what is the network range for class B?
Class B.
Range for class B.
128 to 191, sir.
Yeah, if I write here 128.0 or if I write 129. Okay, so
Okay.
in this case, okay, even if I write here 1.0 or like this 0.0 also I can take, it is considered. So this is invalid. Yes sir.
Yes, sir. Invalid.
but host ID is invalid, so IP is invalid, both the case. Okay, so here 191 you can
Ah,
write 191.255 I can take, but this
yes,
is
sir.
again invalid. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, it's a invalid because host ID, all the host bits in host ID is 0. Now if all the host bits in the host ID equal to 1, then given host of broadcast ID, so the IP is broadcast IP for given network. So here 128. Okay, even you take here 128.1, if you make, it is a broadcast. Yes or no? We have to
Yes, sir.
consider only this one, not all three. We have to consider
Sir.
only third and
Yes.
fourth octet. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
129 dot. Suppose if I write 2, I can write anything. So we have to consider only this one. So
Mm.
this is the broadcast. So for each network, okay, so each network, last one is, if I go 190, 122, 191.255. Yes. So
Yes, sir.
this is the network ID and this is the host ID. We have to consider this one. I have written last one. Okay. So anything you can go with the 0 also. Then 191.1.255.255, all broadcast for each network like this. If you go like this, one last one is 191.255.255.255, all are broadcast IP. This is the network ID. What is the network ID here for this IP? What is the
Uh,
network ID?
191
One,
Huh?
dot 1.
one, one dot one.
Yes. So this is an, for this, what is the network ID?
191.255.
Yes. What is the host ID?
255.255.
Is it valid or broadcast or invalid?
Broadcast.
It's a broadcast.
It's a
Yes, it's
broadcast.
a broadcast ID.
Broadcast.
So
It's a
the
valid.
entire given IP you can call as a broadcast IP address. Yes. So this also, if you try to assign for the system, it will not accept. You can check here. Anything starting with that,
Mm.
like 128.0.255.255 invalid, because the host bits in the host ID are equal to 1. So it is a
Mhm.
broadcast IP for that given network. What is the network ID here? 128.0 is a network ID
Yes, sir.
and 255.255 is a host ID, but it is a broadcast ID. So this is we call as a broadcast IP for this network 128.0. The broadcast IP means you have written one to all. Means if any system sends any information to this IP address, okay, you can use as a destination, but you cannot use this as a source IP.
Mm-hmm.
Getting my point? So this
Yes.
system send any message to this one. How many systems in your network have a same network ID? That message will go to all the systems. That's
Okay.
what we call as a broadcast IP. One to all you have written in the previous session. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yes, sir.
that is the broadcast. Okay. This is how it works. So that is, and yeah, valid host IDs for network is, you can say. Now I will ask you, I will remove this. Now you have to tell me valid or not valid. Okay,
Yes, sir.
valid host ID examples. Identify by given IP is valid or invalid. Invalid. Okay, so now I am writing 128.0.0.0, 128.0.0.1, 128.255.0.0, 128.255.1.0, 129.0.255.255, 191.0.0.1, 191.255.255.254, 191.0.0.255. Now tell me, is it valid IP address?
No,
No,
sir.
sir. Invalid,
Why?
sir.
Why?
Invalid.
Because it's in the fourth octet there is a 0, sir.
Fourth octet it is 0. That's why it is invalid.
No, sir. No, two hosts are 0, sir.
Ah, yes, Viresh. See, what is the address format for class B? Karthik.
Network host, sir.
When you consider, first you have to check what is the network ID.
Fine,
Is it
sir.
valid or not? It's valid. Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes,
what
sir.
is the host ID? This one. Is it valid?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No. So it is a invalid IP. Yes or no? We
Yes.
can say the given IP is valid IP only when it has a valid network ID and valid host ID. Both are valid, then only can say that given IP is a valid IP.
Yes.
Yes,
Sir.
invalid IP. Why? Because it has invalid host ID. Yes. Now this one, is it valid? This IP?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's valid,
Yes,
sir.
because it has a valid network ID, valid host ID. So it is a valid IP. Valid IP. Yes. What about this? Is it valid?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why?
Same thing, sir. Both sides are 0, sir.
Yes. Okay. So invalid IP. That it means again same. What about this? Next. Is it valid?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Because valid network ID and a valid host ID. So one bit is there. You have to consider both octet, not only the last one. Host
Okay.
ID. Host ID means 2 octet. Yes or no? See
Yes.
there. Host ID. Third and fourth octet. Together you are considering as a host ID. So that means you have to consider both. If all the host bits are 0 here, all host bits in host ID are equal to 0.
Then it is invalid, sir.
Is it applicable here? All host bits are 0 in the
No,
host
sir.
ID? No.
No,
No,
Yes.
sir.
So then
it is.
it's not invalid. All the host bits in the host ID are 1?
Yes,
No.
sir.
No.
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
So that means it's a valid host ID. So it is a valid IP address. Valid IP. Now what about this? Is it valid?
No, sir. Invalid.
No, sir.
What is this? Which type of address this?
Uh,
Broadcast address.
broad.
Yes, it's a broadcast. Broadcast. You cannot say invalid. You say broadcast IP address. Okay. Or given network
Yes.
129.0.0.0. When I say network ID, I'll mention the only the network ID and all host bits I will show 0. Okay. So
Okay,
this
sir.
is how we'll write. Okay. So what about this?
Valid, sir.
It's valid. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is this valid?
Yes, sir. Valid.
Yes, sir.
Is it valid?
Uh,
No.
Invalid.
What is the network ID of this IP?
191.0.
And what is the host ID?
0.255.
250.
So is this valid? Network ID is valid?
That is valid, sir.
Valid.
Host ID is valid or not?
255.
Valid.
Valid, sir. Sorry.
So what is the network host ID? 2 octets. Yes. All
Yes.
the bits in the host ID are equal to 0, invalid. All
Ah,
the host bits in the host are equal to 1, that is broadcast IP. All the host bits are except these two conditions, all are valid. Okay.
yes, sir. Then
That
it is
all the
valid.
host bits in the host ID are equal to 0 here.
Hmm. No,
No,
sir.
sir. No, sir.
No. Yes. So
It is valid.
then valid. All the host bits in the host are equal to 1.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No.
No, sir.
Okay. So that means it's valid. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
We'll do
Valid.
one more example.
Okay.
190.2 255.254.255. Now tell me, is it valid?
Yes, sir. Valid.
Sir.
Yes,
Yes,
valid.
sir. Valid, sir.
I give here 190.1 or 0.1.0. Is it valid?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Valid, sir.
Valid, sir.
Understood. So
Yes, sir.
even
Understood,
if
sir.
you check with the system wherever you have mentioned valid, it will accept. Suppose
Hmm.
this one, this IP,
Yes.
190. Check this. Okay. Packet tracer. Open this. Go to the IP configuration. Paste. Yes, accepting. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So now you check other one. I have written broadcast IP. You check whether it will accept or not. It should not accept. Yes or no, according to our this concept. Yeah. Yes or no, broadcast IP. This is. It will not accept.
Sir,
Ah.
what are the broadcast devices, sir? Like where we can use it?
So the applications can use it.
Okay.
Okay. So broadcast IP. So the some applications are there you can install in your system. Okay.
Um,
So they will broadcast to all the systems in the network.
okay.
Okay, so that you can do broadcast IP. That you cannot assign the broadcast IP for system, but the system can use a broadcast IP address as a destination IP. Okay, means it can send all messages to all the systems which have same network ID. That is we call as a broadcast IP address for that given network.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
yeah. So any questions? Understood? No, how to identify the given IP address is a valid or invalid?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I understood.
Whether it's a broadcast IP address, valid IP address, or invalid host ID. Yes, is that clear?
Clear,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So now same thing, you can go with the class C. See the examples that will do. Class C. So class C address format is
Network host.
host. Okay. So here it is a first
Second, third octet.
Third of.
first octet, second octet, and a
Third of.
Third.
third octet. Okay. It's correct. First octet plus second octet plus third octet equal to network ID. Yes or no?
Yes,
These
sir.
three, and this one is a host ID, that is a fourth octet. The total number of host bits equal to how much? Host bits. We are calculating only the number of hosts per network. So fourth octet only we have to consider. Yes or no?
Yes,
For
sir.
host bits, because it is only fourth octet representing the host ID. Yes, correct?
Correct,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Then total number of host bits equal to how much?
Eight. Only eight.
8. Okay,
Two
so
power eight.
8. Yeah. The total number of hosts per network equal to 8 here. How much you'll get?
256, sir.
56.
256. Then total number of valid hosts per network equal to 2
256 minus 2.
minus 2. 2 means here 0 last
0.
octet and
250.
get the 2
253.
4.
Sorry,
Huh?
250. Sorry, sir. 254, sir. Correct.
4. If all the host bits and host ID equal to 0, then given host ID is invalid and the given IP also invalid. Suppose now if I, what is the starting net range for class C? Class C range is 192 to
220.
223.
Okay.
Yes. So
Yes,
here,
sir.
now you write here 192.1.0.0 or 1 you can see. It's a invalid. Yes or no? Even.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I go with the 223 last 223 dot 255.255. Okay, is that valid IP? No.
No,
No, sir.
invalids.
Invalid.
Invalid.
Yes. Okay. So like this, it can go. Oh, I have written like this. Just if all the host bits in the host ID equal to 1, then given host ID is broadcast IP address. So you can say again 192.1 or 0. Okay. Yeah, it's a broadcast
Yes, sir. Broadcasted.
192.1 0.0 or 0.1. Is this broadcast?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Like this, we can go up to
Three.
223 0, and yeah, this 255. Okay, so even you can write if you want to write 223.255.255. So this is a broadcast. Yeah,
Yes,
this
sir.
is a network ID and this is a broadcast. Now we'll check that examples to identify. So 192.0.0.0 192.0.1.0 192.1.0.1 192.255.255.0 192.0.0.254 168.10.255 200.1.0 200.255.255.254 223.0.0.255 223.255.255.254 254.255 something. Okay, so is it valid?
Invalid, sir.
Invalid, sir.
Why?
The host is 0, sir. The total number of host is 0.
What is the network ID?
Network ID
192.
192.0.0.
Yes, okay. So that is so invalid IP because it has invalid host ID.
Host
Yes,
ID. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
correct.
Correct, sir.
Is it valid? Next one.
Next one also invalid, sir.
Not valid.
Huh?
Invalid,
Not
sir.
valid, sir.
Invalid. If you try to assign this IP to the system, it will not accept. You can test here. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
See, I'm not telling. System is telling. You cannot assign. Okay, this is
Yes,
how.
sir.
Okay, and before system tells you are telling me whether it's valid or invalid. This is how you have to
Valid, sir.
learn.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. That's very.
theoretically, if you prove, practically, automatically you can implement that. Okay, so is this valid?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Valid.
Shall we check with the system?
Okay, sir.
Sir, whether it will accept or not. Yes, and
Accepting,
see
sir.
out of the subnet mask it is taking classy network host. Yes, all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So is this valid?
Invalid, sir.
Invalid, sir.
Invalid host because invalid host ID. Is this valid?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Valid, sir.
Valid, sir.
Is this valid?
It's a broadcast ID, sir.
Yeah. So it's written It's a broadcast IP address for given network ID. What is the network ID here?
192.168.10.
Dot 10. Yes, 10.0 you write.
Okay.
Host ID always make 0 like this. Okay, if you,
Okay.
when you write a network ID, given network ID. Okay, so like this. Is this valid?
Invalid, sir.
Invalids.
Okay, all are invalid in this. This one
Valid, sir.
Yes, sir.
valid. So valid network ID, valid host ID. Yes or
Yes,
no?
yes,
One
sir.
bit is 0 here. So all not all host bits are 1. So is this valid?
It's a broadcast ID, sir.
Broadcasted.
Yes. What is the network ID here?
223.0.0.0.
Yes. Okay. Ah, this one.
Valid,
Valid,
sir.
sir.
It's valid. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This.
It's a broadcast ID, sir.
Broadcasted.
What is the network ID here?
223 dot 255
223.255.254.0.
dot 54.
0.
Zero.
Yes. Yeah.
The
Uh,
254.
254. Yeah. 254 is the network ID. Yes. Yeah, so this is how we calculate this one also and the valid also. In this they have just given this one -2. Okay, valid. So numbers we calculate everything and we know the subnet mask IP range. IP range with the examples we have done. Yes or no? This is
Yes,
valid or
yes.
invalid. So we are completing this. So now what we'll do? What again same examples I will take, but this time I will mix the IP addresses from a different classes, class A, B, and C. And now you have to tell whether it's a valid or invalid.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
so that is valid or invalid from class A, B, and C. Okay, fine. Now you tell me. I'll write 10.0 dot. You have to be careful when you check. So how will I identify the given network IDs? 120.0.1, 11.12.0.2, 11.255.55.0. Okay, so 100.1.1.255, 100.255.255.255, 20.4, I'll mix all, 28.0.0.1, 128.255.255.254.
Sir, the two missed, sir, there.
Okay, so 129.0.0.0, 129.0.1.0, 129.1.2.0, okay, 191.4.0.55, 192.0.1.0, 190.0.1.1, 192.0.1.1, 1.1.2, 192.1.2.3, 192.2, 55.2, 55.0, 193.0.0.1. Okay, so now tell me, so is it valid IP address?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Valid. It's belong to which class?
Class A.
class A.
Valid IP. Okay, so is it valid IP address?
Yes, sir.
Next one,
Yes,
this
sir.
one,
Yes, sir. Valid, sir.
it belongs to which class?
Class A, sir.
Class A, sir.
Class A. This one, is it valid?
Valid, sir.
Valid, sir.
Now tell me, both these two IPs are in the same network.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So because here network ID is 10 and here network ID is 11.
11,
Yes or
sir.
no? In
Yes, sir.
class A we consider
Uh,
10, this one network ID. Yes, so valid,
yes.
but they are belongs to the different network.
Yes, sir.
These two IP addresses are in the same network.
Yes,
These
sir.
two
Second and third. Yes, sir. Same network, sir.
same
Sir.
network. Okay, if
Yes.
they are in the same network, when you ping from one to another, you should get reply. Yes or
Yes,
no?
yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
this also will test 10. This will go here. 10 dot we have assigned, and for this system we'll assign the second IP. They are not in the same network. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Means
It
they
should.
should not communicate. Yes.
Yes, yes, sir.
Desktop IP configuration. They are valid. Okay. So now I'll go to the here PC0 command prompt IP config. It is giving the 10.0.1 and here ping control V. Okay, so paste. So this is, now if you check here, we are not getting any reply from this. Yes or no? Because this is the network ID is 10 and this network ID is 11.
11, sir.
Okay, so that's how we can do that. Okay, so both are in different network, so they are not able to communicate. Now what we'll do, I'll change this first one to the same this one I'll take for first. Okay, so copy this, and here we'll change this 10 to the that one. Okay, so now I'll go here command prompt, again IP config, I'll run. Now it's shown 11.12.0.2 and now we'll ping to 11.120.0.1. I'm getting reply now
Yes, sir. You are getting.
Yes, sir.
because both systems have a valid IP address and that IP address network ID are same with a different host ID. So that's the reason they are communicating. It's clear. Have you
Yes.
understood this? How the systems
Understood.
are recognizing? And if you want to provide the communication among the systems belong to the different network ID, then you need a router. With the switch, you can provide only the communication among the systems which are belongs to the same network ID. Okay. Okay. When you connect any number of systems, all the systems you have to assign the IP address, and that IP address have a same network ID for all the systems. Then only they will communicate with the switch. If you assign different network ID, they will not communicate. In that case, you have to configure a router. Okay, so that is going to learn later. So is that clear? Understood? So we verified also. Yes or no? The
Yes,
same
sir.
and different. Now is this valid?
No,
Invalid,
sir.
sir.
It's a
Invalid.
invalid. Okay, invalid IP. Because why it is invalid?
Sir, host is 0, sir, here.
Yes, all the host bits in the host ID are equal to 0. It's an invalid host ID. So given IP is also invalid IP. Yes. What
Yes.
about this?
It's a broadcast ID, sir.
It's a broadcast. Broadcast IP. What about this?
It's also broadcast ID, sir.
Yes. Is this class A or class B?
It's class A only, sir.
Yeah. See the first octet value 100 till 126, it's a class A only. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
1 to 126. Okay. Is this valid?
Yes, sir. Valid, sir.
Oh, sorry. Valid IP. Is this valid?
Yes, sir. Valid IP, sir.
Okay. Both are in the same network? This
No,
and this?
different network, sir.
Different network. Okay. Because why
It's
it is?
120. It is 128.255, sir.
Because this is a class B range. Yes or no? 128 to 191.
Ah,
So in class B, you have to consider two octets as a network ID.
yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
Yes, sir.
its network ID is 128.0 and its
Ah,
network ID is 128.255. So that belongs to the different network ID. So they will not communicate. Okay, with the switch LAN. Okay, in a layer 2. Is clear? Understood?
yes,
So
So I
sir.
have
now,
one doubt, sir.
yes.
From 11.255.255.0.
Ah,
How it is invalid?
yes, correct, Viresh. Good. You identify the mistake. It's not a invalid, it's a valid. Yes, valid network ID and valid host ID.
Yes, sir.
So it is a valid. Yeah, good. This is how you have to identify the mistake. Yes, it's correct. Good. That's while typing. No, we make mistake. Maybe while telling, I'll tell correct, but while typing, I make mistake. So that's the reason initially I told you that. Please correct me if I have made mistake. Good. Okay, so that is done now. Yeah, everything is fine. No, now from that only that was a mistake. Okay, so next this one.
Sir, it's invalid, sir.
Invalid, sir.
It's a invalid. Yeah. What about this?
It's valid, sir.
Valid, sir.
Valid. What about this?
Valid, sir.
Valid. Both are in the same network. All
No,
these
sir.
three are in the same network.
Yes, sir.
No, sir. First two are in the same network, sir. Third is
Ah,
in a different network, sir.
yes, yes. Okay, so this and this same network, but this is a invalid IP. Cannot assign, only it is a valid IP. And this network ID is this one, 129.0, and this IP address network ID is 129.1. So both have a different network IDs. Okay, so is this valid?
It's valid, sir, but it's a broadcast ID, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a broadcast IP. Why it is broadcast IP?
Because at the uh,
What is the network ID of this IP address?
network 191.0, sir. Sorry, 191.4. That is the network ID. And host is 0.255.
So you please check me again. Village, is it broadcast IP?
I think. Yes, sir.
Huh?
Not, sir.
What is the 191 is belongs to class A
Sorry,
or class B or
sir,
class C?
actually, yeah, it's not broadcast ID, but it's a invalid. No,
Huh?
it's not invalid. 191 comes in class B, sir.
What is the network ID of this IP?
191.4 is the network ID, sir.
Okay, it's a valid. What
Yes,
is the
sir.
host ID?
Host ID is here is 0.255, sir.
Is it valid?
Yes, sir.
So then it's a valid IP or broadcast IP?
Valid IP. Sorry, sir. Broadcast.
Huh?
I have confused.
See there, it's the same. No, all the host bits in the host ID are equal to 0, invalid. If all the host bits in the host ID are equal to 1, broadcast. Here all
Sir, it's not
that rule,
broadcast.
both the rules applicable. This is a host ID. All the host bits in this host ID are equal to 0.
Sir,
No,
this is valid ID, sir.
No, no. Yes, all the host bits in the host ID are equal to 1.
No, sir.
No, then it's a valid IP.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
Karthik,
Yes, sir. Valid IP, sir.
Valid IP, sir.
valid IP. So what about this?
It's a valid, sir.
Valid, sir.
Please check. Please think.
Sorry, sir. It's invalid, sir. Because it comes in class C.
See, first octet you have to check always.
Yes, sir. Fine, fine.
Is it class
Invalid.
A or class B or class C?
It's
Class
class
C,
C.
sir.
And then class C. Okay. So
Sir.
class C, what is the network ID of the class C? This is
190.
the network ID.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
So what is the host ID? This one.
Zero.
So this IP has a valid network ID? Yes.
Yes,
Valid
sir.
host ID?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Then it is
Invalid, sir.
invalid IP. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Invalid IP.
Viresh, correct.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Now this
Valid.
one,
Valid, sir.
Valid. Sir.
valid IP. Okay, even you can assign to the system in a packet tracer and test. You have to do that practice
Yes,
after
sir.
this. Okay, whether they are in the same or different. Okay, all you can check that. Is this valid?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Valid, sir.
Valid. Now all these two are in the same network.
No, sir.
No, sir.
They are in different. Yes, because
Yes.
this network ID is this one, this network ID this one. You can assign to the systems and check and practice these things, so your concepts will be more clear. Okay, so is this valid?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Valid, sir.
Yes, valid. Okay, is this valid?
Invalid,
No,
sir.
sir. No, sir.
No, it's a invalid. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
because all the host bits in the host ID are zero, invalid. Is this valid?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Valid.
Yeah. Yes. Now understood IP addressing. This entire table we completed. Now you can, if anybody gives anything in between, you can tell that whether it's valid or invalid, whether system will accept or not, whether they will communicate with each other or not. Without testing with the net packet tracer or systems, you can hear by seeing itself IP addresses. You can tell. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Okay. So this is about a IPv4 address. Once this is clear, so then networking easily you'll understand. Other part, switch, router configuration or understanding that those concepts, it's easy. The only main thing is this one, addressing. So IPv4 we have done this. Next what we'll do, we'll go with the subnetting, or we'll go with the IPv6. What you want?
Sir, which is better, sir, as per your guidance?
We have understood this one, so it is a bit complicated when it comes to the subnetting. Okay, so but it's not that much difficult. Okay,
Uh-huh.
we'll do that one also with the class C. Okay, either you can go with the class C or class B or anything. Okay, it's also not difficult. Okay, so you can do that. So we'll do that subnetting also, one or two examples,
Hmm.
and then we'll go for a IP version 6.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Hmm.
Okay, sir.